Let's talk about the one thing that can make pretty much anyone tense up: taxes. But what if I told you there's a simple and totally free way to get them done, especially if you feel like you completely missed that lesson in school? Okay, let's dive right into the guide to filing your taxes for free.
Ah, yes, the annual tax headache. It's as predictable as anything, right? The calendar flips, and boom, that deadline is just looming. It's a feeling we all know. But what's really wild is why we feel so unprepared for something that, let's be honest, we know is coming every single year.
And that feeling, it leads to this exact question. I am willing to bet you've asked yourself this. Wait, was I sick the day they taught this in school? So let me just set the record straight. It is absolutely 100% not just you. This is a huge gap in our practical education, and it leaves millions of us scrambling every year. And this slide really just cuts right to it. The result of not being taught is simple: a whole lot of stress, and we open our wallets. We end up paying for tax help we might not even need, all because we think we can't handle it ourselves. So this brings us to this really interesting idea from our source material. We'll call it the great untaught secret. See, it's not that the tax system was designed to be impossible. It's just that nobody ever really sat us down and taught us how to navigate it. The key thing to realize here is that you're not incapable, you're just untaught. And check this out. The source material, the Untaught Guide, lays it out perfectly. It's literally a guide to using free IRS-approved websites to handle your income tax return without an accountant. I mean, that's not just a hint. That is a giant flashing sign telling us there's a path forward, a system designed specifically for the untaught. Which, leads us to the big question. What if there actually was a way to do this that was totally free, officially approved by the people who matter, and straightforward? A way to finally take control? Well, you can probably see where this is going. There is. And here it is. The solution that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time: IRS Free File. This is the official, no-cost program that somehow a huge number of us have never even heard about. It's about time we change that. Okay, so what is IRS Free File exactly? Well, it's actually a pretty brilliant partnership. The IRS teams up with well-known tax software companies to offer their full online products for free to eligible taxpayers. Now, the key word there is eligible. It usually means your income is below a certain amount, and that number changes year to year, so you'll want to check the official IRS website for this year's threshold. But the point is, this isn't some cheap, stripped-down version. It's the real deal, for free. So why should you use it? Let's just run through the reasons, because they're pretty compelling. First, it's IRS approved. That means it's secure and it files your return directly. No weird third-party stuff. Second, it is truly free for your federal return. Now, just a heads up, some providers might charge a small fee for your state return, so just keep an eye out for that. Third, it's a guided process. The software asks you simple questions in plain English. You're not wrestling with confusing government forms. And really, most importantly, it's designed for us, the untaught. All right, enough about the what and why. Let's get to the how. This next part is your game plan. We're going to walk through how you get from that messy pile of mail on your desk to that amazing feeling of seeing the successfully filed screen. And you are going to do it with confidence. This slide just captures the before and after perfectly. The old way: you pay someone a few $100, hand over a box of papers, and just kind of cross your fingers. The free file way: you were in the driver's seat. You answer simple questions, you watch your refund get calculated right there on the screen, and the cost? Zero. It's a complete shift from being a passive customer to an empowered filer. And honestly, it really is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, gather your docs, your W-2s, maybe some 1099s, that kind of stuff. Step 2, and this is super important, you go directly to the IRS website, irs.gov, and you choose one of their approved free file partners. Seriously, don't just Google it, go straight to the source. And step 3, you just follow the prompts. The software is designed to hold your hand and walk you through it, step by step. Okay, as we start to wrap this up, let's zoom out for a second. Because the freedom you get from doing this, it's about so much more than just saving a few bucks. It is a much bigger win than that. But hey, let's not downplay the money, because it definitely matters. The average cost just for basic tax prep is about $150. For a lot of people, it's way more. That is money that with Free File stays exactly where it belongs, in your pocket. But here it is. Here is the real payoff. It's not the money. The real return on your investment of time is the confidence.
It's the feeling you get when you look at this thing that used to intimidate you and you can say, I got this. You're not just filing taxes, you're taking ownership of your financial life, and you can't put a price on that feeling. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Now that you know the secret, now that you know this path exists for the untaught, what are you going to do with this new skill? Because guess what? You're not untaught anymore. You're in the know. And that changes everything.